Ladies and gentlemen, many of you were probably at Karaka about 10 days ago when the Deputy Prime Minister, Winston Peters, spoke to open the sales. I'm very privileged to say tonight that Clayton Mitchell, who's his racing offsider, has come along as a guest of New Zealand Thoroughbred Racing, and he's going to address us tonight as well. So let's welcome him.
Good evening, everybody. Great warm welcome. I've done a huge service to you all tonight. I've actually got a speech prepared. It's not something that I normally do. I can normally talk a glass eye to sleep, and I wouldn't put you through that 10 minutes of monologue. So I've got about a 5-minute speech that I've prepared for this evening. And it's a great reason to all be together, all dressed up to the nines, because sometimes we need a good reason to get out and about. And nothing better than to celebrate our Hall of Famers in the racing industry. So well done to everybody so far. Members of the Hall of Fame, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Minister of Racing, the Right Honourable Winston Peters, who couldn't be here tonight and sends his apologies. I think he's overseas at the island with a foreign diplomat. I think that is a little island just off the coast of Auckland. He sends his apologies, and the New Zealand First Caucus, it gives me great pleasure to be here to participate the celebration of the induction of 9 new members to the Racing Hall of Fame. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Clayton Mitchell. I'm the Associate Spokesperson for Racing and the New Zealand First Party Whip based over in Tauranga. I want to start by saying what a great concept the Hall of Fame is. What a great way to immortalise the people and horses that have made the thoroughbred industry a significant industry with a magnificent history. New Zealand First acknowledges that fabulous history and congratulates all of the inductees. But the reason for my speaking to you tonight is not to recall the past, it is to talk about the securing of the future of thoroughbred, the industry. It is now the responsibility of Minister Peters, myself and New Zealand First to secure a sound and sustainable future, not just through this initial 3-year term of government, but well beyond that and well into the future. This is the challenge we outlined in our racing policy and our pre-election manifesto. This is the challenge that we now relish and are committed to achieve as part of the coalition we have entered into to run this country. Our commitment will ensure that events such as this biannual Hall of Fame evening will have a reason to continue in perpetuity in an industry that is not just sustainable, but one that thrives and excels. That's been our commitment all along, and is our commitment to all of you here tonight and all of the racing community, the thousands of people that it employs and is involved around the country. The problems faced by the racing industry today are many and varied. We don't have a magic wand to fix them all immediately, we only wish we did have. We have been in government now for only 105 days, but I can assure you we are working on the issues and making some good progress. During our tenure, no stone will be left unturned to return the racing industry to prosperity. We want to see an industry which future generations will view as not only vibrant and exciting, but an industry that offers attractive opportunities for young people, financial rewards, and is set on a sound and sustainable foundation. That is our aim. The future of any industry is also reliant upon the youth that are encouraged to enter into it. Currently, we see the industry being propped up by the passion of its participants, many who are here this evening, but we need to make it far more than that to make it grow and be sustainable. How do we do that, and where do we start, you may ask? We start by getting prize money up to a level that will give current racehorse owners a new positive outlook and encourage a new wave of owners to enter the ranks and say, this is not just fun, but we can actually make some money out of it as well. A bit like myself, in fact, we just the other day signed up to a racehorse, so keep your eye out for Ritzy Sparkle. A few of us put a little syndicate together. It's going for its maiden very shortly. So we're in it too, and we've had a couple of horses over the years, and it's a fun industry to be involved in, as everybody here understands. There will be owners and trainers here tonight that can cast their minds back to the days when winning one race could pay all that horse's expenses for a full year. Today you probably need to win 4 races at the 10,000 minimum stakes to just break even. Winston Peters has always championed the owner from the time in his previous tenure as Racing Minister through to his reappointment as our current Minister. But sadly, in that time, racehorse ownership has suffered a significant decline in fortunes. The Minister understands how offering attractive prize money has a flow-on effect to everyone else in the industry, including trainers, jockeys, stable hands, barrier attendants, race day staff, caterers, and everyone else, right down to the parking attendants. Everyone will benefit from the higher stake money, and the breeding industry especially. The middle and lower market at the Karaka sales will strengthen as a result of decent prize money on offer. The domestic horse market for owners and trainers will be incentivised. And then studs and individual breeders will be incentivised to breed more mares and buy more stallions, because the middle market at the sales has and will return. The prize money crisis we have today can be directly or indirectly attributed to the breeding industry mating the lowest number of mares in the 2017-18 season than it has done for the last 40 years. And I can see as I look around the room, there's people nodding in agreement. You know this better than I do. 30 years ago, the brood mares returned to the stud book, and live foals registered were double that of what they are today. We consider it deplorable that the decline has been allowed to continue for so long. The flow-on effect of increased prize money will take time to materialise, but will eventually spread to every corner of the industry. How do we get more prize money, I hear you ask again? Well, it's twofold. By both increasing our revenue streams and attacking our costs. Costs are the thing that we can control more than anything else. And we consider that the current cost structure to run racing in this country is blatantly excessive and obviously unsustainable. Cost containment will be implemented at the earliest possible time. The Racefields legislation will be an early boost to revenue, and that revenue must flow straight back to the code's prize money. For sustainability, the pendulum must swing more revenue and less costs. Every dollar we can save must be a prisoner to the industry to be returned to our owners. Much work has been done with the Racefields legislation since the first reading in the House in August to transform it from what the Minister previously described it as a camel, into what he's now happy to call a thoroughbred.